What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football opening lines show. If you want to watch the entire show, hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's go to Saturday best bet time. We have 5 games that our panel have picked out, and we're going to start with John Ryan's pick. Kent State at Buffalo. Kent State 3-0 in the MAC. Buffalo 3-0 in the MAC. John Ryan's been riding Buffalo to cash glory. Buffalo, New York, 44 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 13 miles per hour on Saturday morning. Buffalo. Let's see what we are dealing with here. Buffalo opening up as 9.5-point favorites. That's dropped all the way to 7.5. The leading indicator books have moved it to 7. This total sitting at 65.5. Both teams coming undefeated. Buffalo opened their season with 3 wins in dominant fashion. Most recently, 42-17 at Bowling Green. I know they didn't cover against a weak Bowling Green team, but they are outscoring their opposition by an average of 25.3 points per game. Kent State enters off a 69-35 win at home versus Akron. They're putting up an average of 616 yards per game. John Ryan, best bet time. Take it away.
Well, this game, I'll give you a parlay, or maybe do a teaser or whatever you want to do with it. But it's Buffalo in the under. The line and the total imply a final score of roughly 36-30. And that's both teams scoring over 28 points. Now, as you alluded to, the Buffalo is just an offensive machine right now. And their running back, name escapes me, but he's now vaulted to number 2 on their all-time list and is, I think, 600 yards away from number 1. So he may not get there this year, but he does have another year yet to go.
Patterson.
What's that?
Running back? Patterson?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, for Buffalo, right. So Kent State has been a team that has done well defensively against teams that are averaging more than 450 yards per game. In fact, they're 18-5 to the under facing those types of teams. Kent State's 14-4 under versus offensive teams that are, I would say, elite, gaining an average of 6.25 yards or more per game. These are all since 2000. And then you have a whole series of Buffalo team trends. Buffalo's 10-1. After covering the spread in 2 of the last 3 games and all games played the last 3 seasons, 11-2 in home games off a win of 10 or more points to a conference foe, 6-0 in home games off a win against a conference rival last 3 seasons, 7-0 in home games after a game where they committed just 1 or fewer turnovers last 3 seasons. And that's another key to this game. They've been doing very well, not making mistakes. I think they're head and shoulders the best team in the MAC. I think I might have said that before the MAC even started. But Kent State is probably their best opponent that has a chance to upset them. And for that reason, I think they're going to be fully focused. They're going to control the clock even more so than they normally do and keep that Kent State offense off the field. And Buffalo wins going away, and it goes under.
Under and win going away. I realize that my mic is not working for this show. I hope it doesn't sound awful, and apologies to everyone watching right now. I'm using my mic from up there. Buffalo and the under from John Ryan. Let's move over to Nolly Knows. What do you think here, my man?
I mean, that is interesting, but I mean, I'm going to have to agree with the breakdown, and I like it, specifically when you look at the number when it's sitting around 66. I think they've over-adjusted. I think you look at the numbers that Buffalo's been getting around 53, 58, more so indicative of what you should see. Last year was a tough battle between these two teams. Kent State was able to pull it off 30-27, being in Kent State, though. But Buffalo's defense has shown to be very good, and Kent State beat up on 2 very bad teams in Bowling Green and Akron, beat Eastern Michigan, let them kind of sneak back into that game late, but I don't think that's very indicative of what the offense can be. I don't think they're a 52 points per game type of team, and I think here Buffalo will be able to slow them down significantly. They're giving up 350 yards of total offense. I mean, think that's pretty good defensively for especially here in the MAC. I agree with the total under. As far as the Buffalo side, that's the side that concerns me a little bit. To be honest, I think the battle will be a little bit closer. But hey, I don't doubt John Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Nolly. I don't
What
doubt
do
you
you,
either.
what do you make of Kent State's pace drastically changing from that first game in Eastern Michigan, now moving so quickly, Noli? You think that Buffalo will slow them down that much?
Yeah, this is a different team. I mean, this is not Bowling Green and Akron. I mean, getting the ball and doing whatever you want. For Bowling Green, you just take a slant, little simple slant, and just take it to the house. It's really simple. You don't even have to go deep against them. Those are two pretty bad teams, and I think they're just taking advantage of the situation. You look at the last two matchups between these two teams, not 48-14 Buffalo in 2018, and last year 30-27. I just don't see that type of shootout in this type of game. And I think John Ryan mentioned a great point, being that this is one of the biggest matchups for Buffalo, and being able to wanting to take control of the ball a lot more in the situation.
CMac, Kent State, Buffalo, take it away.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be close to that total. I think because Buffalo just will do what they want. They'll control the clock. They'll run it. I mean, if Akron can score, Buffalo's just going to do what they want. But I think Kent State scores here too. Bowling Green, who we're talking about, was one of the worst offenses. They moved the ball in that last game. They missed field goal, interception, and thing. I think maybe. I mean, I'm sure they'll be up for this game. They're kind of lackadaisical, and then they just played no defense in the fourth quarter. But that was junk time and gave up those points. I think this is pretty close to the total. Like you said, that last game, Nolly, was last year 30-27. I could see something like that, maybe a little bit higher. I think it'll be a good one. So I really have nothing on it. I want to watch it though.
65.5 is the total.